Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? That was a weirdly formal introduction. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. I'm Jeff or Wags, and this is Wagworks GA. I do art here. Yeah. I'm half of a creative team with my wife Ashlee. She is the A in the GA. Yeah, and we mostly do kids comics, which you'll actually see that tonight. Frank, hey. Also, thanks for the Prime sub. I see that I have miserably missed thanking you for like at least 6 months. So, um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can do better. But I will figure out a better way to say thanks. But thank you. Hey, it's good to see you tonight. I hope you're all having a good night tonight. You may notice my voice is different today. I'm not feeling the most spectacular. Yeah. It's so I'm here in Florida, and we had dipped to cold, but not cold enough to kill plants. So my allergies are kind of kicking up the last couple of days. It's been a little rough. They started to kick up a little bit, and then we got a new desk delivered. And the paint fumes on it were literally so strong they were setting off our carbon monoxide detectors. So we've also had the entire house opened up to like air it out and not give ourselves carbon monoxide poisoning. And that hasn't really helped the situation with the allergies, but it has helped with the not getting carbon monoxide poison. So I'm thankful for that. You played hooky today. Oh, that's exciting. I mean, as long as you don't get in trouble for it, that's exciting. How was your hooky day? I hope it was a good one. Your boss annoyed you yesterday. It does sound like the boss has been a little bit good at that lately. Yours. Is that like your first sick day anyway? Like, it's a benefit. You gotta do what you gotta do. Honestly, mental health still counts as health, I will say. Not that annoyance is an illness, but maintaining your mental health is important, and sometimes that involves stepping back from a workplace that is frustrating. But anyway, I hope you had a good sick day. Honestly, as a kid, I mean, I was, always legitimately sick on my sick days, but it was the coolest feeling, like especially when either I'd have like a doctor's appointment or like I had to go home from school, and like my parents would be driving me home, and I just see like the world, everybody's out doing their day-to-day thing, and like I'm special, I get to go home. It was cool. Nice. Okay. And did you have Monday off for the holiday too? So kind of a shortened week. Also, it sounds like it's been getting worse. I hope it doesn't continue that trend. Oh, well, that's kind of nice. Oh, wait, so today's Thursday. I know the days of the week. It's fine. Okay. That's good. Good long weekend. Did you do anything fun? Or did you get a chance to just like rest and chill? 'Cause that's important too. Just relaxed. Hey, super important. I endorse it. Then you went into the office. I relaxed, and then I went into the office. And this, I just like to think about this. If you hadn't relaxed, wouldn't have been so much worse going back in, right? Like you need to decompress. Oh my gosh. I'm coming up on like 18 and a half years at my job. And granted, I've been remote for almost the last 10. Excuse me. And granted, also my job, like I work with decent people. I don't have any actual beefs with anybody. It's not a bad work culture. It's all actually quite solid. But still, like, honestly, sometimes you just need the decompression time. Oh, one of those. He is a poop rolls downhill kind of boss. I don't think I've had any of those, but I know the type. Oh gosh. That seems like a problem, because you need those for job applications. That's pretty important. He yelled at you. You know what would have been the best is if there's like a ticket system and you could actually point to a ticket and be like, it's been here for weeks. But that's during a meeting too. That's the most obnoxious thing, I think. Like, feeling like it's okay to just call somebody out, especially if you don't know. Like, that's not all right. You'd actually have to search hundreds of messages about it. Sorry. I'm sorry it's rough. It's not fun. Like, supervisors can make a huge difference in the workplace. I only had excuse me. Oh my gosh, my voice. If I lose my voice by the end of the stream, I apologize. I'll just start typing in chat. I kind of thought it was gonna go yesterday. I wasn't sure if I was gonna have a voice today, but it held on until like now. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to speak up, right? But then again, a lot of times when people do stuff like that, they're not looking for a logical answer. They're just trying to deflect blame or find someone to blame or vent, which is not really cool. The only time I feel like I ever had a bad manager was actually not... Like, our federal supervisors that I've worked with have been pretty solid, all, like, through and through. But there was one period where we had, like, it was like a 9-month period where, like, this random company took over the contract that we were on, and they just kind of didn't manage. Like, they just didn't... It was very hard to get a hold of them. They didn't really oversee things. It was, like, they didn't really clearly know what we were doing on the contract. So that was weird. That was the only time things were bad. Otherwise, I've been pretty lucky. One of your IT specialists. Wait. So did they like need to move stuff off the computer first? Did they just need like a heads up? Because that's some crazy stuff, man. Just asking for it to be removed and then complaining that it was removed. Just Here's the Department of Psychological Warfare. Honestly, I would any day take like just straight up stupidity over Machiavellian stuff. Yeah. Oh, hey, Vaughn. Have a good lurk. Happy to have you. Basically through the computer of the boss. Aw, you guys. It's like I get my own little Hallmark movie right here in chat. It's the best. I'll take it. I will take it. You basically become unfireable after a year on the job. That's okay. So that's a benefit, right? That's not so bad. So is it like a year probationary period? Is that what they do? Yeah, I've heard stories of places like that where like once you get past the probationary, you're like kind of anchored in there. Excuse me. 4 months down, 8 to go. You got this. You got this. I mean, good. Or, you know, a lot of times with people like that, what happens is they're making a lot of noise so that they seem super competent. So they like, oh, look, I caught this and I caught that, because they want to get promoted. So oftentimes what can happen too is those kind of people get promoted up in a way, which may not organizationally be the best, but for the immediate working group, it's pretty great. At least as I've heard. That one is another one I haven't experienced firsthand, for whatever that's worth. You just start hiding like angry goose drawing post-it notes in random places, like, but well hidden. Gonna order a ton of pizzas in his things. As long as there's no trail. Oh, dude, the old help desk did that. Although, wait. Do they still do it that way, though, where you pay? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Like, I'm so used to just ordering and paying online, like, at the same time that I forgot about actually just paying there. Oh, you meant the cutouts. Little cutouts of swear words. Oh, man. One of the guys on our team, for our university team, he brought in a bunch of his own code base that he had written in university as part of like the backbone for the system that we're using. And my supervisor, or our PI, our former PI, he's retiring, so he's kind of stepping back slowly, has had to go through and like remove some swears from the code base because, you know, it was written by like a grad student, PhD student. Cutouts of swear words. That's kind of fun. So it was never a revenge situation, but the one bit of mischief I did get up to at the office when I used to be there, excuse me, we had there was a coffee club, right? So people would buy in, they'd pay money monthly, or they'd tally up how many cups of coffee they had, and they'd have to pay up every so often. And the coffee club, they would buy in, the person in charge would buy like in bulk all these different flavors of coffee, and they'd brew them, you know, like a couple of them a day, and they'd have post-it notes they'd put up post-it notes on the outside of the cabinet to say what the flavor or flavors of the day were. But they just kept all the post-it notes to reuse, which is, you know, it makes sense, it's smart. So every now and then I would go and try to sneak in something that didn't make any sense for a coffee flavor. Like, I think my favorite one was creamy tomato bisque. it's I don't know why it cracks me up so much. It's like kind of out of left field, but it was good times. But anyway, that's what's going on with me. Yeah. Oh, so we Festival of the Arts opened up at Epcot. It's my favorite festival of the year. We got there Friday for our first visit, at least, and I was excited. I purchased my first mini print of the event. I was very excited about this. This is Bound by the Light is the name of the piece. It's by Yesenia Moises, who's actually a really awesome picture book illustrator. Sadly, they closed the line to get it signed by her right as we were coming up to it. I was hoping, because we love her work anyway. Your office lost their French press rights. Wait, who's in charge of French press rights is what I want to know. Your help desk lead they threw away a piece of your French press? Oh, no. I mean, if you brought it in to share and they're like literally destroying it, I think that's fair. I mean, yeah, who doesn't love French press coffee? It's so smooth. Like, I love it. I say that drinking instant coffee at 10:22 p.m. Eastern time. Not at my desk, peep. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna keep sniffling otherwise. I'll be right back. And then I want to hear whatever you're about to say. Jeff's book. I'm back. I mean, it could have been worse, right? I could have just done it on stream. That wouldn't have been any fun for anybody. That's not good TV. Although I can make my nose do the honking noise when I blow, but I'm not gonna do that. I know some things that are bad, but I'm guessing not what you have in mind. What's bad? Oh, I hate that. Oh my gosh. I had sinus surgery a few years ago. See, mine was able to come out same day. I really wish it hadn't. It was, poor Ashlee helped me with that. It was like a horror show. Like a combination of a horror show and also that thing with the clown handkerchief where you keep pulling and it keeps coming out. Yeah, it's not great. That was the worst. If you ever do sinus, like balloon sinuplasty, and they try to tell you that you need to stay awake during the procedure, please tell them no. Please don't do it. Oh, gosh. No, wait, when you say in the Mucinex commercial, you mean like the little green guy came out and started talking to you? That's what I picture. No, you look like the green guy. Oh, God. Oh, that's terrible. That's pretty terrible. Yeah. So wait, what surgery did you have for that you had to have the gauze? Because yeah, mine they were actually, it's like the thing where they stick basically the thing up your nose and they expand the balloon to like basically crush and realign all of your sinus stuff and pop air bubbles, polyps. Gotcha. Excuse me. Yeah. I didn't have that one, but I had like, they call them concha, like they're little air pockets. So they like tried to pop those, I guess, and fix my deviated septum. But like, it was like, oh, it was just messed up. Like, They didn't want me to sleep, so they just gave me like a painkiller and an anti-anxiety medication, which it turns out I'm very sensitive to. Okay. I can save the story time for later, or we can just not do the story time. Either one. We'll figure it out when we get there. I'm going to use this moment to start warm-up because it's already almost 10:30. And I'm just rambling about horrific things. All right. Yeah. You got it. Good call. I got you. Frank has started warm-up. All right. So everybody, we're going to do a warm-up. So for warm-up lately, we've been doing Pokemon fusion drawings. So over here in art view, over here, there, it's over there. Anyway, I'm going to bring up my random Pokemon generator. It's not actually mine. It's actually is just randompokemon.com. There you go. And I've opened up the generator to give me pretty much anything. Legendaries, starters, basics, Bidoof, anything. Out of all the Pokemon, all 1,008, and it's probably more by now. There are a few that if I get them, I'm going to discard and do it again. One is Fortress, and the other is... oh gosh. I'll know it when I see it. There's a couple that even in our short time doing it, I've gotten repeats on them. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do repeats of those two. But other ones I'll repeat if it's one that I haven't gotten quite so frequently. So I'm going to go ahead and randomly generate our Pokemon, and that will be what we warm up on tonight. Here we go. Okay. Mega Heracross. I didn't know Megas were in here too. That's excellent. Okay. And I need to blow my nose again. Cool. I'll be right back. Okay, we're off to a promising start. It's all good. But I love that Megas are in here. Okay, all right. This is brand new territory for us. Here we go. Mega Heracross and Graveler. I have no objections to this mashup. So it's going to be a quick 5-minute warm-up. It's going to be a sketch. Maybe we'll get to pencils level, so a little like a more detailed sketch. But really, it's just to warm up, get ourselves into art mode, have fun. I encourage and invite... you to join along because art is fun. As my usual disclaimer, you don't have to draw the Pokemon. You can just draw whatever you feel like, but really just come along and have fun. So I'm going to pull references quick before I get started because I don't need to spend time doing that. 5 minutes is short enough, so let me grab those. And Graveler, yeah, Graveler, that's correct. I love that it's Mega Heracross coming off of its Pokemon Legends ZA fame. Apparently, you get traded one somewhere in the game, and it's like ridiculously powerful for where you are. Fallen. So Frank had to run to get the tablet, but in case he's not back yet, I'm just relaying that. But I know he'll see it when he comes back. Okay. I can probably make these a little bit smaller. Probably just taking up a lot of room. Okay, gotcha. Nope, that's wrong. So I'm labeling layers here, just in case I'm typing and nothing's happening on your screen. That's what's up. Okay. What did I do? All right. I think that's better. It takes up a little bit less room. All right. Okay, so after all that, I think I'm actually ready to start. So, 5-minute timer starts now. Now. All right. So what's this guy? What's this guy gonna be like? So first up, I think he has to be kind of ball. Wait, what happened to my... I just picked a color. Come on, man. There we go. Okay. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of similarities in these two, just because of the fact that one has a base of like an oval shape, like Mega Heracross, and Graveler's more of a sphere shape. So I do need to make sure I'm still differentiating them, showing the clear influences of each one. So we'll give it kind of these arms, but it'll have 4 of them. This kind of crown thing that Graveler has going on. / eyebrows. Hey, welcome back, Frank. Maybe we'll make like the horn sticking up from that and like make it a little blade-like. So it kind of comes through that way. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, Frank. Do something like that. I mean, not that I would start a beef if she did, but also sometimes you're not 100% accurate on what you state about Fallen saying or not saying things. At this point, I've been totally browbeaten into a state of not knowing what's actually true and false. I live in a constant state of Heisenberg's uncertainty. I just don't know. Hey Fox, how's it going? Well, come on in. Hope you're having a good night so far. Does it have a... Okay. Maybe we'll give it like the little mouth horn. Something like that. This is turning interesting quickly. And by interesting, I mean interesting to me. I don't know how you all feel about it. Alright, so hold on. So it does have like a little... That kind of thing will happen here. Yes, this is true. I should look at Frank's Discord and see what my... Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out after I finish warm-up. I'm so distractible. It's great. But yes, I will check it out after I wrap up the timer goes off for warm-up. That sounds good to me. So it kind of has these bug antennae still going too. it's got kind of the ball here. Four giant hands, and then kind of the graveler feet, which honestly is a little bit disturbing looking at it right now, but I'll take it. Oh, you saw it for the first time? What did you think of it? Alright, I'm just gonna draw the fingers in here because I think he's gonna have like this big chunky fingers going on instead of the like. I'm just getting these notes in so I remember if I ever come back to this. I'm not sure if I will, what I might do with the fusions in the future that I've drawn, but they're fun to think about. I feel like the youngling part might be hard for some people. Just getting these. Sorry guys, just getting his fingers in here. Okay, yeah, they don't have to be perfect. Okay. Well, this is really interesting and kind of terrifying. I don't know if I like this one, but that's okay. A youngling on video game. That's terrible. That is, that's horrifying. Okay, so we got Mega Heracross plus Graveler. What do we got? What do we call this one? Mega Heraler? Mega Grave Cross? I mean, fortunately, if I'm remembering from the last time I saw it, they don't, you know, it's not exactly a moment they dwell on in the movie. Mega. I'm just gonna go with Mega Grave Loss, because I don't know why that seems funny to me. Gravel Loss. Her second favorite. Wow, Fallen, you really love all the messed up parts. That's great. Just kidding. I think I really liked Revenge of the Sith anyway, like with bringing that part of the story to completion when it came out. But I think for me, what really brought everything full circle was then the Obi-Wan series and the context that gave everything. I do remember seeing a funny comic, a webcomic like a decade ago, where it's like Anakin and Obi-Wan are roommates, and you know, Obi-Wan walks in and is going to the fridge, and he like opens it and he's got this like super alarmed look on his face. And like, you know, the top shelf of the fridge is empty. He's like, he's killed all the younglings, which I thought was pretty amusing. I saw that. It looks so good. I'm excited for that. By the way, I'm saving my file. That's what I'm doing right now. It may not look like I'm doing anything, but I assure you, I'm definitely doing something. For sure, 100%. I am not just getting distracted talking about Star Wars. Because I would never. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. Was the Marvel show Werewolf by Night, was that one an R? I know it was edgier than a lot of their other stuff, but I'm not sure if it made it to R all the way. Also, I didn't see it, but I saw the previews for it. Alright, okay. That's alright. It's okay. It is so-so. And I can live with that. Yes. Okay, so I started on this one. How good am I at chess? No. Yeah. I mean, I like chess. I like the idea of chess. But when I was in high school, I did lose one game in 2 moves, so I don't think I get to say I'm good at chess. Yeah. Yeah. I'm poor at chess. And that's just regular old 2-dimensional chess. Maybe I could do okay at 1-dimensional chess. Then I might be good. I'm assuming you're going somewhere with this, but I'm just gonna keep rambling on as if you're not. It's fine. It's all good. Okay, so I gotta start on this CoreToons comic. I've started sketching it. 1D chess is tic-tac-toe. I cannot lose at tic-tac-toe. I'm pretty good at not losing at tic-tac-toe. You guys, is this intentional, the typo of chest and chess? Is there an inside joke here that I'm messing, or is this just an utter coincidence that you both repeated it? Yes, okay. I was wondering if perhaps this was going somewhere. Alright, CoreToons. What was I doing again? Who am I? Where am I? Okay, I did start it as a 1-pager where I had taken Ashlee's sketch and kind of cut it up, but now I actually realized I realized I need to do this as a spread, so I'm fixing that now. Yes, Mrs. Spell. Right, I'm gonna go over to. I promised that I'd go over to the Discord and actually look at things. I appreciate. Wait, why did you react 6-7 to me, Frank? Thank you for the notification. I like it and I appreciate it. Why did you 6-7 me, Frank? I'm just gonna do it to myself too. I don't even care, man. It's kind of funny. So our kids, obviously we homeschool, so we haven't quite been subject to the onslaught of 6-7. But like, I swear, so many of the other parents that we know who are parents of like public school kids, they talk about it like they're war veterans. Like it has been this like onslaught that they are just barely hanging on. Like, how bad can it get, you guys? How bad can it get? In all honesty, I've been trying to tell them, like, guys, there is an easy way if you want this to die, at least in your own household. And what you have to do is you have to start saying it, and you have to start saying it more than your kids say it. That is our amazing power as parents, is we can kill any meme by trying to adopt it as our own. It's great. It becomes not cool anymore. It is kind of funny. One of our kids actually, even if you just say the numbers 6 and 7 together, like in just a natural conversational context, he will start shrieking like, no! Like, dude, you don't hear this most days. What is going on? Okay, so this is how I had done it as a single page, but we actually have 2 pages to work with on this one, so I am splitting it. Mostly to annoy people. It does seem on brand. Do we need a Goose 67 emote? Animated emote? Does that need to happen? Because that can happen. We can most certainly do that. Slowly, as with everything that I do. But we can do it. Alright, taking away the panels because I really just want to grab the sketch underneath. Fallen is being mean? How is she abusing you, Frank? I know she's throwing tomatoes, man. Okay, so I'm gonna grab you. I'm talking to the comic. I'm not threatening to grab anybody. I just want to be 100% clear on that. I don't know why it surprises me so much when you actually use your moderator powers, but for some reason, it just surprises me and cracks me up. It shouldn't. I should be used to it by now. Wait, that's not. That's not a comic. That's a graveler. What am I doing? It's almost like I'm tired with allergy brain. Who knew? Nope, that didn't copy. Why isn't that? Do I have to manually do this? That is so obnoxious. Okay. Oh, that's why. Ugh. Wrong layer. He's abusing his powers. Wait, you gave her a warning? What? Don't take away his pass. She used your emotes against you. Fair, but I mean, isn't that what happens when we put the emotes out in public context? Like, I mean... Oh, hold on a second. You know what I need to do? Oh, I just got the best worst idea. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate how good this mix of Ballad of the Goddess is? Because it's really good. Deleting me. That's a power. Alright, hold up. I'm overdue for doing this anyway, so let me just... Not all. Wait. She left the call. Oh man. Frank, no. Alright, maybe I'll have to come back to this later. Later. Actually, hold up. Okay, sorry about that. We'll hold a vote to delete that chat. Yay! Okay, I did the thing. I did the thing. So you're holding a vote on whether or not to delete that chat. Is that correct? Oh wait, there's. How did you get 17 votes on there? How? Is that just channel points? Wow. Wow. "17 people say yes." Wait, just hold on. Okay, hold up. All right, so if I do this, and then I do this, there we go. Why don't we just do, I just say we go with this. This is the new official. There we go. If only I made the head spin faster, I feel like that would even work better. There we go. Let's go with that. I'll take it. I like that we pinned it. I think that's good. It's good. That's where it belongs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I was doing something. Whoa, what was I doing again? I just don't remember. Still rather throw it at Frankie. Fair. I'm willing to be the human shield at this moment. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Okay. So I already sketched all that stuff. I should probably still put the actual sketch backgrounds in from Ashlee. So I'll do that. Throwing bricks at you. So question, Frank kind of has Goose, right, as his mascot, slash sometimes stand in for him. Fallen, do you have a mascot character? And Fox clearly has the fox. I have my silly face. But Fallen, do you have a mascot character? A guinea pig. Oh, I love it. Frank, you have to make a guinea pig emote now. I think that's clear. I will make one as well at some point. I can't believe how long it took me to get where you were going with that. I should have seen that so much faster, and I did not. It's a little shameful. Black cat or guinea pig? Okay. I could see either of those working. Based on my limited knowledge. If feel like I always have to make a disclaimer about my limited knowledge. It's so limited. It's so limited. Okay, then we got that. So yeah, I'm just kind of pulling these in for completeness, and then obviously for the other side of the page, I'll need to grab some too. But just filling this in a little bit right now. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I get both of them in there. That could work. Or a guinea pig in a black cat onesie. That might be interesting. Let's go with your idea. I feel like that's the better idea. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's stick with the one that doesn't sound insane. It's cool. It's cool. Black cat holding guinea pig. Fair. I feel like I'm just coming up with worse and worse ideas. Guys, what if it's a giant guinea pig holding a small black cat? No, just kidding. I'm gonna stop now. I need to stop now, and I'm going to stop now, and that's just where we're at. Aw. Wait, Fallen. Okay, first up, what candy is Fallen taking, Frank? Second, guinea pigs. Yeah, they're very solid pets. I had a friend in high school who had guinea pigs, and they were pretty great. Also, Fallen, don't go to Peru. Just unrelated. Just don't go to Peru, please. Maybe it is actually. You know, they just okay. All right, just wanted to get that out there. I feel like you would not enjoy that. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Speaking of reptiles, we actually got cold enough here in Florida last week, maybe the beginning of this week, where especially in the southern part of the state where they have like full-on like iguanas, like big iguanas, they get cold shocked, like where they go dormant because it's so cold and they actually fall from trees, which is kind of crazy. Just raining iguanas over here. Just normal Florida things happening. Just normal Florida. You want a giant spider like Hagrid? Jumping spider. Well, Janos had no, he didn't currently have a tarantula. Janos had snake. And he'd used to have oh my gosh, English. He used to have tarantulas. I think he said he raised them with his mom. Am I remembering that? Yeah, but he was a snake and spider guy. Oh my gosh, when I was I had my first apartment in Tallahassee, and I remember coming home from class one day, you know, totally normal, whatever, set my stuff down, grab some food, Came back down. I was like watching TV or playing video games or something, and I look over, and the kitchen is like everything is white, you know, spray painted white cabinets. And I look over, and something catches my eye, and there's a giant banana spider just hanging out on the cabinet. And like by giant is like with its legs out, it was bigger than the palm of my hand. Like it was big. He was a big guy. Yeah. Coming from Wisconsin, where spiders don't usually live to get that big, that was a bit of a shock for me. Sorry, Frank, I did not keep it as a pet. It breathed its last that day. But there was like an orb weaver spider outside of the apartment. I was cool with that guy or gal. They were fine. Well, there you go. See? Stuffed animal spider. That works. I speak for Frankie. I don't actually speak for Frank. I don't know why I'm assuming. Ooh, he raises a good point. I feel like that's an everybody wins situation. Personally. Go with the robot spider. Yes. Yep. I almost just closed the thing I was working on without saving. That's cool. Paying attention to what's going on. Clearly. Oh, so... Well, that was a piece of information I did not know. That they are your biggest fear. Frank, you may want to reconsider this. Otherwise, it's just... What about if you just become like a spider trainer in Pokemon, Frank? Like, you can have like your Joltik, you can have your Ariados, you know, maybe, you know, your Tarantula. Get your spider team there in Pokemon, along with your Fuecoco, because I know you're a Fuecoco guy. That's my other compromise suggestion. I did not expect that response. That was like the least expected response you could have come up with, Frank. That was kind of amazing. Well done. Well done. That got me. That got me. Frank, is there anything that you won't double down on or even like triple down on? That's what I would like to know. Alright, so clearly my nose is running again. I am sniffly and I could just use the bathroom right now. So I'm gonna put us on break real quick. We'll go BRB. I'll run a quick 1 minute ad roll and I'll come back, and I would love to hear the rest of this Lily half spider versus real not half spider debate. Does it remind you when I heard weird noise outside? Fallen, for what it's worth, I think he just enjoys getting your attention and reaction. No! What? Oh no. You rescued the bird. Okay. 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 Alright, I feel like that's a good note to head to break on. I'm gonna go to break. 2 to 5 minutes. I will be right back. Hope y'all have a good break. Okay, and we're back. I hope you had a good break. Thank you for bearing with me. Hopefully, how we pass these allergies by the next time I stream. It's good. Actually, we should start talking about figuring out makeup streams. Tell Fallen to behave. I mean, if she's following chat rules, I feel like I have no particular authority. So long as she's, you know, abiding by the general rules. But you know, that's just me. What did I do to my hair? Oh my gosh. So you're going to have to be more specific. As a parent, I've learned this. You actually have to be much more specific about things like that because your definition of behave may be totally different than her definition. Nope. Okay. I should do some actual drawing on this comic. I think there are a few things I need to fix. Oh my gosh, don't yawn now, Jeff. Come on. He wants you to be boring. Boring how? Okay. We got all the pieces dropped in here, so that's good. I'm going to close this one because that's all done. Yes, Frank. Pardon me, my goodness. I'm fired. What did I... Oh, because I didn't tell her to behave? I don't tell you to behave. What am I, Austin Powers? Such a dated reference, oh my gosh. You know, say, you want to know something that hasn't held up well over time? That. Yes? Did your old... Wait, what? What? No? It crowd or IT crowd? I haven't, clearly. Second IT crowd? No, I don't think I've seen that one. Never mind then. Sorry to let you down, buddy. So I actually need to kind of fix some of this. It wasn't quite. Yeah, turning off that there. So fun fact, did you know that even organic matter, when it gets like the way that landfills are made to like compact things and exert pressure, even like a banana peel can get mummified, and whereas on like a forest floor or something it would last, I don't know, was it like 1 to 6 months, 1 to 6 weeks before it naturally decomposed due to the pressure and the lack of oxygen and the inability of bacteria to really get to it, and also the lack of moisture. Banana peel can last up to like 5 years if it decomposes, or it can be mummified and last for just decades. You work with an old lady named Agnes who flirts with it. You're the fair. So high charisma. Gotcha. So what's going on with Agnes then? Okay. So what I need to do is get this a little bit more clear that it's a whole layered situation going on. This is just a funny name because you called me old. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems. Is it like one of those that's now like making a comeback? Like it's being brought back as like a trendy name? You mean in a happy relationship? I mean, that is an important distinction, I think. They sniff it out and try. Wow. So maybe I'll do is kind of have this, have the dirt around it. Maybe show like it's a layer of dirt in there around it, something like that. I feel like I also need some other stuff in there to kind of continue to sell it. Yeah. No, not quite. You throw their picture in their face. You should just get him like a button or pin that he has to wear over whatever he's wearing for work that says like "Property of Fallen." Maybe a second one that says "Fallen is watching." You have a key. Oh, that's awesome. So the tags are on your desk. Nice. Okay. Well, you got something there. She is represented. Oh my gosh. If you ever have the chance to not get allergies, you should not get allergies. They suck. This is actually one of the worst though that I've had in a while. But it's probably because of having our house like entirely opened up to the outside for like 36 hours. Alright. So let's see. Let's just fill out these sketches. See if I can get through thumbnailing at least tonight. And then we can make more progress. So, and actually at some point I want to start thinking about what art is upcoming, so I can start kind of actually thinking about a schedule. Look at me trying to get organized. I'm not sure how long it'll last, but it's a valiant effort. Excuse me. Okay. At least I'm assuming it's allergies and not just a cold, because nobody else is sick, and nobody else has been sick in their house. Make it uncold. Actually, with my friends from high school, we used to generally joke that I was actually going into meteorology to learn how to make a weather controlling machine. I did not do that. I have no control. I'm not even the person that you want to ask for a forecast. Oh gosh, that's brutal. Minus 45 wind chill. Oh, I don't miss that. I don't miss that. Yeah. We got low enough here to actually get a freeze warning. Which was kind of crazy. But I'm happy that we're not that cold. We actually went to the beach. Did I mention that? Like, we went to the beach on Monday with the day off that I had. Not like to go in the water or lay out in the sun, but just to walk around and look for shells. It was pretty cool. We like to go out by the Cape, by Cape Canaveral. I found a bunch of sand dollars. It was super cool. Yeah, we're not so bad right now. I don't know why I feel the need to compare. I respect the coldness of your situation and wish warmth for you. Yeah, we're just at 63. We're okay. We're doing okay right now, but and there's a big winter storm actually heading across the eastern part of the nation. Wait a minute, I never said I was cold. I said I hope you don't have a cold. I hope this isn't a cold. I hope it's just allergies. I literally had to change, like I was wearing like warm-up pants and I had to put shorts on earlier because I was too warm. I'm good. I know that we are in a fortunately warm area. I do feel for all those experiencing cold. Although I feel like I got a good amount of cold experience growing up, so I understand what it feels like. I have empathy. What was I doing? I was doing a thing. Oh yeah, the weather. Oh yeah, I was looking at that weather thing, you know. I know a lot of my coworkers over in the DC area have been prepping for a pretty solid winter storm coming their way over the course of the weekend. What's our QPF even looking like anyway? Oh goodness. Oh, by you, Frank? Let's take a look. Do we let's you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just hop over 1 second. Let's go to Ye Old Weather Prediction Center webpage. All right. Let's see what we got. Old weatherman. As you can see here, I don't know what's going on over there, but anyway, here we are. Here we are. Okay, so this is Weather Prediction Center, branch of the National Centers for Environmental, or the Weather Prediction, yeah, NCEP, National Centers for Environmental Prediction, part of the Weather Service, part of NOAA, yada yada yada. So yeah, let's just look at these fronts rolling through, and the predicted precip. So this is around like 2 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, 18Z. This is about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that stationary front right over you. Holy moly. Wait. And then we're getting into Saturday morning. Then Saturday evening, 7 or 8. this is just a massive system rolling across. Like chance for ice, chance for thunderstorms. Like we'll be largely, I think might roll through down here. Yeah, it'll finally push through here between Sunday and Monday morning. But yeah, like just looking at this coming through, holy moly, it's a real strong system. Let's look at the precipitation amount forecast, because like, yeah, probably a good idea. Jeff, that's just a map with lines. Well, if you'd been paying attention during my weather map literacy series I was drawing for CoreToons, you would know exactly what some of those lines mean. But yeah, I was looking at this, the precip. So this is like the 7-day total valid, excuse me, a week from today. Yeah, 0Z, so like 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. on Friday, January 30th. So this is just liquid. So this isn't a snow amount, but like if they get mostly snow, like in the Maryland area up there, or even through here, kind of a rule of thumb, although it's not always great, is to multiply it by 10, the liquid amount by 10 to get your inches of snow. So if that's the case, they're looking at ridiculous amounts. Like, well, Maryland will be a little bit lower, but still, that's almost 18 inches of snow up there. Into central Virginia, if it all stays snow, they could be seeing 20 plus inches of snow. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Holy moly. But yeah, a lot of that, and most of that will be coming through just basically, you know, by Monday or by Sunday night. Yeah. Wow. You know what's ironic is that there's actually the biggest meteorology convention of the year is happening next week in Houston, I think. But yeah, so just to review, Frank, the blue triangle lines, those are cold fronts. That means the cold air is doing the pushing. The red circles means the warm air is doing the pushing. If they're alternating, that is a stationary front, which means that the cold and warm air are basically at a standstill. So they're not going to be moving a crazy amount. These dashed lines are troughs or axes of low pressure, but not necessarily a boundary between two air masses. Red is cold because blue flames are hotter than normal. I like your logic. I wish it would be cool if it worked that way, but no, sadly no. But yeah, look at that front just kind of hanging out for a day. Nope, longer. Yeah, it's going to be basically stationary over there until kind of, I guess they don't even really have it entirely going away. It just kind of dissipates out into a trough. Wow. Yeah. It's gonna be a bit stormy across most of the nation is what I'm seeing. You want to see a real fun map? It's these that actually have the observations on them with wind direction, current conditions, temperature, and dew point. But anyway, so don't wait. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Let's look at the official Weather Service forecast. Ooh, this looks fun. Here we go, Frank. This is you. Yeah. Okay, so high of 46 tomorrow. Definitely consider a jacket. Well, you're just above freezing right now at Angel Fire Airport. Elevation that's 8,300 feet. I don't know what your closest elevation is. But yeah, rain, snow shower. It's gonna be yeah. That's yuck. That's ugly. Anytime you've got it transitioning between precip types, it is not fun. I don't see any mention of freezing rain though, so that's good, because that's the worst. Bring a jacket tomorrow. Definitely bring a jacket. Please bring a jacket is what I'm saying to you. Please do that. Please take care of yourself. We can read the forecast. If you want to get into the really deep dive, we can read the forecast discussion here. So, a strong winter storm will impact much of central and northern New Mexico Friday through Sunday morning with snow, wintry mix, frigid temperatures, blowing snow, and treacherous travel conditions. Widespread minor impacts are expected with increasing chances for moderate to locally major impacts, especially along and east of the central mountain chain. Temperatures will plummet Friday in eastern New Mexico, with cold air spreading into central New Mexico Saturday through Monday morning. An extended period of bitterly cold temperatures will increase the risk of frostbite and hypothermia, with the highest threat in the eastern plains. Dry weather returns early next week as temperatures struggle to climb back up to near seasonal averages. Short term, if you want me to stop reading, I can do. I like to read through this stuff, but it can be obnoxious if you don't care for it. So just if you need me to stop, but otherwise I'm going to keep reading. An upper low continues to spin offshore of Southern California with zonal flow, that's west to east flow, overlaying New Mexico. A continued stream of mid to high level moisture is feeding over the southwestern states, with lots of altostratus and cirrostratus periodically moving overhead. At the surface, winds have started to turn northerly at Clayton, but the core of the Arctic air is still in the Dakotas and far northern plains states. As we head into the overnight hours, the subtropical influence from the Pacific low will spread into more of Mexico and southern New Mexico, with top-down moistening and slowly lowering cloud bases. Overnight temperatures will turn colder in the far northeastern corner of the state, but most remaining areas will be milder through Friday morning. By late Friday morning, the southern zones will have enough saturation and top-down moistening for light showers to begin, mainly in the form of rain and high-elevation snow. This precipitation shield will expand over the southern half of New Mexico into Friday afternoon, with the west central to north central mountains also seeing an onset of snow, with snow levels still staying high as warm, moist air advection, that's the transport of warm, moist air with the wind, continues west of the central mountain chain. In the eastern plains, the Arctic front will be overtaking as a 1048 millibar surface high settles into Minnesota, Iowa, and the eastern Dakotas. Several places in the east will make it above freezing for daily highs, but the cold air advection will persist and intensify through late day and into Friday night. Any precipitation, drizzle, or flurries in the northeast zones will be very light Friday into Friday night. But they've upgraded their winter storm watch into a warning for northern and central mountains and eastern zones. Yeah, so jacket, Frank. Definitely bring a jacket. If you need to say, like, oh, the weather's too hazardous, or say that you're sick and, take some time, but don't actually get sick, that's what I would prefer for you. No, I'm gonna freeze. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Don't mind me. I mean, if you distrust me as a meteorologist, that's fine. That's fine. But this National Weather Service office, these are trained forecasters with local area experience, and they know the patterns. You should at least listen to them. You don't have to listen to me for forecasts. That's fine. I'm not going to get offended if you don't. But you should listen to them. I'm going to blow my nose again. Bye-bye. Well, that's a bit extreme, don't you think? Also, not technically a weatherman. I'm not really qualified to call myself that. I just have a meteorology degree and work on meteorological programs. But yeah, I'm not a weatherman. I don't get on TV and talk about the weather. That was the plan at one point. Could have been cool. But I ended up going to grad school instead. So that's where we're at. He killed his way up the television network. Yeah, I don't feel the need to be that competitive. I'm good. I'm far too conflict adverse to follow that path. I was drawing something, allegedly. I should probably clear this. This isn't quite what I wanted. How does one draw a mummified banana? That's what I would like to know. Wow, my voice really is just getting worse every moment that we go on. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, make Ashlee sketch solid? Yeah. Actually, just want to see. Oh yeah, I'll just do it this way. That's fine. I do like her shading of the gray sky, especially. Honestly, so she has tendonitis in her arm, so she can't do too much drawing and stuff without it really starting to get painful for her. But when she's done art stuff, it's come out quite nice, honestly. I keep telling her like she could totally do the art stuff too. The whole thing. But let's do it this way. There's a better way to show that. So here's the whole thing. Let's make it darker. Just multiply. Can I do that? Does that make any difference whatsoever? Oh, that's why. That's why. There we go. Yeah, I mean, this is really, it's a follow-up to this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Almost there. Hold up. It's a follow-up to this one, which we also did here on stream. But just kind of breaking down why, why composting matters and makes such a difference. Do we compost? Currently, no. We did. We actually, especially when we had a little more room to have like a compost bin, and we actually got one of those ones that you can like turn the crank and rotate it to circulate it. We did. We composted for quite a while, and we used it in the garden. That was cool. One time I wasn't thinking, and I put some cuttings from some butternut squash in there. And so we then used that compost in the garden, and we got a bunch of surprise butternut squash vines, which actually turned out really nice. It was good. Those were good squash. Oh, the creepiest thing was, though, was that because it's open air and bugs get in there, and they're part of the composting process, right? They help break down the organic matter. I don't know if they were grubs for like some kind of beetle or what it was, but something got into our composter, which was in general fine. But the problem was then every time it rained, they would start coming out of the composter and crawling on the sides. And our composter was like on our upper deck back in Georgia, and it was right outside the porch door in our living room. And like it would rain and I'd go look out and there would just be like hundreds of these grubs just crawling all over the side of the container. And they would start working out and working across the deck. They'd start getting on like the window to the house, like it was in the door. It was kind of a little bit of nightmare fuel. At least for me personally, I was not a fan. But when we did composting away from the house, that was better. We actually started out doing it with just like one of those Rubbermaid bins and just like putting, some dirt, some leaves, old newspaper you can use, and then food stuff. And then Ashlee would just like stir, like she'd come with a shovel and just like stir her compost. She started it, so we joked that it was her compost. But then we also set up and built out some additional bins because we lived at the edge of the woods, and we got a lot of leaves every fall, like 20 plus of those like Lowe's or Home Depot lawn waste bags. We would fill that easily every fall. So we started being like, we're not going to waste it. We're just going to collect it and either dump it out back in the woods behind the house or compost it to get actual soil from it. So we did that. And that worked out pretty well. Also, the only way that I've ever gotten avocado trees to sprout, like doing the experiment with like the toothpicks in the water jar, I never got that to work, but throwing them in the compost, they're just like, oh, this is great. I'm going to grow now. So we actually had a few avocado trees that sprouted that way, which was neat. Yeah. So we don't currently compost, but we did. We had been looking at some of those like indoor composters that actually like they're odor free supposedly, and they can like do it all out there. But then it's so expensive. We're like, no thanks. So I don't know if that answers the question that you were going for there, but sort of. All right. But yeah, I did a little research with all this and like learning that because of the way that things in landfills are kept dry and kept under such pressure, that they don't break down as they would just like out in open nature. Because the bacteria can't get to them, and the bacteria that do get to them can't really survive. So yeah, like the idea of like a mummified banana peel decades and decades and decades later is rather interesting. Okay, so I'm probably not going to get both pages of this done today. That's okay. I know I am not 100% today, and that's okay. Excuse me. So we're trying to visually represent a timeline here, showing and like doing it in a way without using actual words. So we're actually going to show our main character here, Chloe, getting like older, like show her as like an old woman, like aging from kid to middle to like young adult or teenager more, and then actually an old woman, showing that like this is all persisted around. That's the goal, at least. Oh my goodness, my voice. My voice is turning to trash as we speak. I should probably drink some water. All right, maybe that's better. Okay, that's all good. Got that together. Okay. Let's see, we got about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna try to cut stream. Clearly I need to prioritize getting some sleep here. I could jump in on the next panel. I feel like I'm done with art time right now, but what I will do, I can show you what I've been also working on. Oh, you still working? I wasn't sure if you were gonna upload the show. I guess it makes sense. I should have expected it. It's all good. I will show. I've been working on this library D&D one illustration for our whole 20+ person group, and I've just been going through. I've got the pencils done for everybody. I've just been going through and inking and coloring and shading each. So these are the ones, if you count the familiar, I've got 5 done out of about 23, 24 that I need to do. But it was funny because even just getting everybody on the page was a challenge in and of itself. So here's the pencils. I know I've shown this before, but here's the pencils for everybody for the whole crew. This is everybody that I will end up doing. And of course, I did a little background. This is from the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, which is really fun. We finished it back in early December, I want to say, with the group, and it was just a good crew. It was really fun. We had a good time. So I put some details in from how how we chose to interact with the Feywild on that campaign. Yeah. So basically, I'm just starting. The way I've worked it is I've just started with the front row. I collected from everybody details about their character, and some people gave descriptions that were fairly detailed. At least two of the characters I had already previously designed myself, my own and one for a friend of mine. And then one was my daughter's character, the mimic, who disguises themselves as a potted plant. The raccoon was one that actually another friend of mine had done. I'd actually gotten to sit next to him and seen him sketching it, so I had an idea of how he was supposed to look, as well as like the is it a homunculus? The artificer companions that they have. I had an idea of how he was supposed to look. But yeah, I went through and otherwise just collected descriptions. A couple of them, they literally just like a name and a race and a class, and that was all that they gave me. And other ones gave, 4 or 5 sentences worth, which is pretty helpful. So I was excited to get to do the design work. And then there's this one, I love this one. Sonic Ball is like the literal name of the character. It just made me smile. It's basically like a Sonic Squishmallow, and who doesn't love that? So that one wasn't as much of a challenge because I had also seen his sketches of the character and kind of knew where it was going. But at any rate, this is where it's at. I'm slowly chipping away. Honestly, the inking is probably the easiest part of it all compared to the design and all the decision making there. And I'll have to make some more decisions on colors for ones where it just wasn't really specified, but I feel like the actual design was the hardest part. And so inking and coloring and shading will actually go a little bit quicker because there's not as much decision and not as many decisions to be made. Yeah, so the goal is to get this done before, if I can, while we're still on hiatus. The game we wrapped up at the library we were at, and they're opening a new Orange County library facility, and the game will be transferring over there along with our DM, who is a librarian. So the goal is to finish up by then, and it could be as early as next month, but it might not be even until March. So I've got a little time, which I'm thankful for. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about art. What have we got on tap for the next little bit? Because I'm keeping busy with the CoreToons right now, but there's still plenty to do. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do this. just a second. Okay. So here's the plan. So number one, I've got to finish this CoreToons, the composting comic. After that, I can make this a little bit bigger. I can make it a little bit bigger. There's no need to make this tiny. Next up, I've got a few options. So definitely the library D&D. That is not. Yes, Jeff. They're being very effective at typing without looking at the keyboard right now. Good work. The D was really hard to type. Okay. Library D&D. Also, we're coming up in late February is the Lunar New Year. And I've been doing pieces, illustrations of the Chinese zodiac animal for each year as we come along. This year, upcoming New Year is for Year of the Horse. So I'll be doing an illustration for that. I'm going to have another cartoon to finish for an upcoming issue, which will probably be, could be a third composting one. And then also we'll be starting to finish out our CoreToons year. We're about halfway through. Oh my gosh, I'm blowing nose. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll be going into a severe weather series. There'll be probably at least 2 of those. I'm also looking at, I saw there's a Kingdom Hearts fan project going on. And I think I have to sign up by March 1st if I want to do it. I don't think I have to have my piece completed. But I will possibly be finishing what I've got. Got that one coming up, and then additionally I've got we'll have Summer Games Done Quick 2026. That's July 5th they start. I think that was the official date they announced. Yeah, that's a Sunday. So July 5th they'll be kicking off SGDQ 2026. So whatever prize I'm going to do that, I want to have that finished by June 5th, maybe earlier, so I can get it printed, shipped here, check it out, and then come back and then send it to them in plenty of time for the marathon. So and I also want to get back into some Disney stuff. Disney, that's where we go. Good typing, always good typing. We picked up a couple of the decks from the Disney Lorcana card game. Still haven't learned the rules, but I've been appreciating the art. a lot with how I am with Magic. Although I know how to play Magic for the most part. I could play a very basic game of Magic the Gathering without too much help. Similarly, Pokemon TCG, but I have to learn Lorcana yet. Actually, it's cool at the Festival of the Arts at Epcot. They're integrating a bit with Lorcana. They actually have, like 6, like just gigantic, like 5 or 6 foot tall Lorcana cards, all around the parks. That was fast. Nice. Okay. Yeah. I'll just wrap up this real quick. I'll do some more Disney illustrations, and then if there's time. So this is kind of where we're at least for the first 6 months of this year. I think this is largely what we'll be looking at. Definitely finishing this one up, because this is for our March issue. This also has a similar March timeline. This has a late February timeline. This is a maybe. If there's not a composting 3, then there'll be a severe weather 3. So we've got, and then once we get into the summer, we'll need to be thinking about our following ones. But then, yeah. So it kind of set up pretty well where we're going with all this. But I'm excited for moving into it all. So that's where we're at. Any thoughts, Frank? Am I missing something? Oh, emotes. Let's just accidentally hit caps lock. Why not? It's cool. So figure more goose, also black cat, and Jeff, really no KCU. Yeah, so there's no anthology happen. Oh, you did remind me of something though. So I've got some emotes to do, and yeah, that low-key anthology. So Kids Comics Unite is not doing another anthology project right now. They are doing Pitch Fest as their big annual event right now, which is pretty cool. It's you have to pay to enter it to actually pitch a project, and you need like a whole pitch deck that you're doing. We're not doing that this year. We did that last year, and it was cool, but we're right now not as excited about that traditional publishing path, so we're kind of taking a break on pitch stuff. And yeah, again, there's no anthology project, but we do have some critique group members, friends that we want to do like a low-key anthology with, so we may be doing something for that. All right, so that's where that's at. Okay, so let's go ahead. Where's Frank Cord? Come on. There we go. Oh, this is looking good, Frank. It's looking quite good. There, okay, here we go. All right, there we are. Now to the main show, the prime time. God, this is looking really good. I like how the colors have come in. As well as the inks, actually. So you said, yeah, you had to line it as well. I didn't realize that was just sketch before. Because I know your lines are often loose, but it still looked really good. So just shading and lettering left. But I like this a lot. Also, I'm just gonna call out the fact that I love that you didn't just do straight up literal colors. Like, I know the sky can be kind of sunsetty, and be that color, but I like that it's not like a stereotypical blue sky, and the colors balance really well. So, actually, Frank, yeah, I think it looks great. I'm a fan. Yeah, I see the hint of blue in them. How do you pick your colors? Do you have like a set palette that you use, or do you pick them all on the fly? Because your colors they look good. Vibes. Honestly, the vibes are immaculate. It's perfect. So like each comic, you go in and handpick the colors? Is that what you're saying? Nice. Yeah, that's really good. I was a little bit scarred. We did this intensive course through KCU, and it was a really good course, and I really respect the teacher. She's a published artist. She actually did a manga as well. She has a few books coming out over the next year or two, I want to say. So she's an amazing instructor. Very much respect her as an artist and respect her opinion. But I definitely got a little scarred by some feedback she gave during one of the coaching sessions. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, get everything that's supposed to be the same color all of the same go to make sure you're consistent. So the shade is in it. Yeah, I mean, you could probably still use the eyedropper tool to get it there, but that's for the best consistency. Just, yeah, don't change color in between. Just get them all. It looks good. But yeah, so I was sharing for this course, like where I was at on the sample pages of a comic that I was doing during, like, it was like a coaching office hours call, and I had colored it and shaded. I was like, okay, it's looking pretty good. And like she looks at it and she's like, so do you know about color theory? And I'm like, oh no. I mean, the critique was actually really, really good. It was that I was leaning too much on literal colors. You know, there wasn't a lot of shade and color harmony going on. It was just kind of literal coloring, which isn't bad in and of itself. It just wasn't quite hitting the mark, especially for the kids comics kind of genre. So palettes are gross. Well, I will say I did get something really useful out of it. I had to go back and rework like a whole bunch. Like, it was like a little bit of an existential crisis because we also had like a due date for our project coming up, and so Ashlee helped me with the flatting, and like we spent between the two of us like 20 of the following 24 hours recoloring the entire thing. So yes, a little stressful, but we got there. And I ended up having to come up with a whole new palette, and I actually still use a lot of that palette to this day. You know what? I can show you. What I did, and this is actually. Have you ever heard of Kyle's brushes? Like the I guess it's a pretty well-known brush set for Photoshop, made by Kyle Webster. Okay. I hadn't heard of it until I started doing more webinars and stuff in the kind of kids book art communities. But Kyle Webster apparently yeah, he's responsible for brushes, but he also is really good at colors. And he mentioned this technique, that I'm going to show you now. Yeah, so generally I ended up generating my whole own custom palette that I've saved, and I've actually used for years now, based on that original one, but I sometimes will do a brand new one depending on the project. And the entire basis of it is palettes are gross. Is like you pick a red, a yellow, and a blue. So, you know, there's my blue. You know, because you can pick different hues. You can pick different. This one's going to be like more of a pinkish red, right? Different saturation levels. And I'm going to go with something a little bit lighter here on a yellow. So you've got your primary colors, right? And then you come in and hold on a second. You just start combining them. And obviously some of them are going to be the same, like yellow and blue and yellow are the same. And you can do this other ways. You can use multiple layers and multiply. You can use paintbrush tools. There's a lot of ways to mix your colors together. And then you start doing like secondary mixes of them. So like you pull this one, you're like, okay, well now I've got this and I've got this. This is kind of a greenish that you're getting out of here, right? So then you can start mixing these secondary colors that you get, or you can start messing with, like, I want to uber saturate this and darken it. So now I've taken this color, and just by changing the saturation and the value, I've got this like really bright poppy green. Or I can drop the value low, and now I've got this kind of really dark. I can desaturize it and get like almost a grayish green. So you do this over and over and over again, kind of messing with the colors, taking what you get from the various mixes and playing with, again, with saturation and value, until you've essentially just generated this whole set of colors. Then you pick from these colors a final palette, depending on how much you want to do. You could know exactly the types of colors you'll need to be like, okay, I need a green, I need a white, I need a like a light gray, a purpley gray, I need a blue, and you fill your palette that way. Or you can pick from this, just like I'm going to do 5 colors, and everything's going to be those 5 colors with then like a shading, like a value over the top of it. And you just pick from that, and you just and you pick your palette, and you can do a limited palette. And what's nice about it is that everything is then automatically consistent with itself, because you started from the same primary colors. Everything is a blend of these same primary colors, these exact hues and saturations that you started with and values. Even though you've tweaked them along the way a little bit, it creates kind of a natural harmony. And by forcing yourself to work with a limited palette, you're not doing all these literal colors. You're actually having to approximate, like, okay, well, the sky is going to be pinkish here, or the sidewalk, I don't have a gray, but I'm just going to use a good, like a purpley color. So by using that kind of color shorthand, you force yourself to not be too literal. So, I don't know, it's interesting. I'm not a master at it, but it's helped me. The palette that I generated has been really helpful for stuff. So anyway, that's everything. I'm glad it didn't end early because that was fun to talk about, and I'm glad I was able to share your piece. I do need to get moving to sleep though, so hopefully I can feel better tomorrow. I think the new desk has aired out enough where tomorrow morning we can actually close the windows and not get carbon monoxide poisoning, and that'll be great. And then we can start de-allergenizing the house so that I don't sound like this all the time. But all that being said, I think that'll do it for tonight. Frank, I'm glad you had a chill day. I hope that your remaining day with the boss is better, for sure. Yeah, so thank you, Frank. Fallon, I'm assuming has gone to bed, is resting, so I hope you're having a good rest. I hope to never see him again. That was referring to your boss and not me, right? Just making sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what was I even gonna say? I don't even remember. But yeah, it was good to see you, Fallen and Fox. I was so glad everybody stopped in. If you were hanging out, just lurking, I appreciate you. You don't have to participate in chat. You're always welcome here, no matter what. We are a lurk positive environment. Fallen is on a cake strike. Oh no, did I do something? If you like our work, my work, Ashlee's writing, or Ashlee's art, honestly, sometimes we share some of her stuff. You can find us on the social media platforms that we're on, which is not a lot, as WagWorksGA. So that's over on Instagram, here on Twitch, clearly, and also on YouTube. YouTube is a lot of just the stream VODs, but also I do occasionally get some time to edit things together, and Ashlee's helped me out with a few things, so you can find those there too, both like more comprehensive, like shortened time lapses of work that I've done, but with also like that have spanned across multiple streams. I'm really proud of my 2025 year in review short that I did, so that's over there on our YouTube, WagWorksGA again. Also, you can check out our website, and that's where you can see a bit of my portfolio, some of the other stuff I've done, like the previous Chinese Zodiac, Lunar New Year stuff, as well as a blog. We've got a shop there, all sorts of stuff. So feel free to check that out. You can find me here on Twitch. Twitch! I'm clearly still going through the voice change. 10 p.m. Eastern Time Thursdays. That's 10 p.m. here in Eastern Time in the United States. I have some makeup streams to do. I don't know when there's gonna be yet, so we'll figure out that scheduling in the future. We talked a little bit about upcoming art projects. Frank, you should check out Frank's stuff. Frank is awesome. And you can find him over at instagram.com/LooseyGooseyComic. And also, he's actually streaming now, so you should go and follow Frank right now. If you're watching this and you have a Twitch account and you can follow, go over to Friday Night Frankie right now and follow him. Granted, not all of his gaming content is family friendly, but he also does comics there, and his comics are great, as you've just seen. So you should support him as well, because he's also a great mod and friend. So I think that's everything. Frank, am I missing anything? Comicking is hard, man. Nope. All right. I may retire. Okay. Well, thanks again to everybody. I just enjoy sharing this time with you. So thank you. Thank you, and have a great night. Have a great week, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Also, bye. That was a really weird way to say it. So, bye.